Have you ever been stuck in airline limbo? You're on the plane but waiting on the runway. A new rule went into effect last week that will drop huge fines on airlines if they leave you in limbo for more than 3 hours. The rule also guarantees some basic rights to passengers who are forced to make one of those long waits. And joining us now with more on that is Kelli Grant, senior consumer reporter for smartmoney.com. Good morning.
Good morning.
This came about as a result of a lot of those nightmare stories that we're hearing. What happened?
Well, we're certainly hearing a lot of incidents of consumers who were left waiting on planes 6 hours, 9 hours overnight. And statistically, it's very few flights are affected in this way, but some of the experts we talked to said that still can amount to more than 200,000 people affected in the U.S. each year.
That can be a lot. And so what are we going to see as far as changes? Because I understand airlines might play it differently how they're going to treat the schedules and whatnot.
Well, the big ruling here is that they're not allowed to keep you waiting on the runway for more than 3 hours anymore. And airlines have said that could potentially impact how soon they cancel flights, because the fines can reach up to $27,500 per passenger. So really, really high fees there. And the airlines are likely to err on the side of caution, cancel flights, if they even think there's going to be a chance of getting close to that 3-hour rule.
So you mentioned the 3-hour rule. What happens if you're sitting on the tarmac and it's 2 hours and 30 minutes? Do they have to just wheel the plane back?
Pretty much. They have until that 3-hour mark to get you back to the gate or otherwise deplane you, or they risk running into those fines. There's a big waiver there, though, that they're allowed to keep you on the plane if there is a safety or a security concern, or if air traffic control deems that sending you back to the gate is going to be too much of a disruption to the airport at that particular time. So that's a pretty big waiver, and some of the experts are worried that the airlines are going to try to take advantage of that.
Now, the Bureau of Transportation's watching flights and schedules and how often a flight might be delayed. So what are they looking for there?
The DOT has been tracking delays, and they're really hounding airlines to make sure that they're reporting that accurately. So part of the new regulation requires airlines to reschedule chronically delayed flights. They're tracking any flight that has been late more than 50% of the time. Airlines have to make sure that, instead of telling you that you're going to leave at 3 and get in at 4 and really you're going to get in at 5, they have to make the flight leave at 4 so that you're getting in when you expect to get in.
So we can actually make plans based on it.
Exactly.
Amazing. Now, if you're one of those people who gets stuck on a flight, this one boggles my mind. They actually have to spell this out, that you get basic amenities.
It's crazy, but they do actually have to spell out in the new regulations that passengers who are stuck waiting on a plane, that you have access to working bathrooms. They didn't say clean, but working. And that after 2 hours, you should be given some sort of food and bottled water. And usually when we're talking food, they don't expect that the airline's going to wheel out its full pay-for meal plan, because most airlines do charge for that now. You're probably getting something along the lines of like a granola bar or an extra bag of pretzels.
Okay. And then lastly, you say that there's no retroactive changes. So what kind of things are we talking about?
This is a little bit extra from the delay rule. A lot of airlines have been adding new fees left and right, and the DOT wants to make sure that consumers have access to a fair contract of carriage. Those are the rules basically that you agree to, and the airline practices that you agree to when you buy a ticket. So airlines have been trying to, when they add in, say, new baggage fees, they'll say, well, you bought a ticket at this date and we're going to charge you that fee, even though you bought your ticket before we had this policy. And now they're not allowed to do that.
So you're getting what you pay for and not otherwise.
Exactly.
All right. Kelli Grant, thanks so much for the information.
Thank you.